Welcome, everybody. I have some explaining to do because I'm pretty sure at the end of that Final Fantasy VII stream, I said I was going to be doing my challenge run of Final Fantasy VIII, and I fired up that game and I started playing it, and I was like, I can't. Because I'll talk about that later. Basically, just the game just bores the shit out of me up until like disc 2. Um, anyway, so I decided to continue my trend of continuing things that I started on YouTube and pick up the Metroid Prime series again. Only this time, I'm not really doing a challenge run. I think I might try and go for 100%, but I can almost guarantee that I'm going to fuck it up and forget something because there's a lot of missable stuff that goes into 100%ing this game. But I am giving myself a little bit of a break because I'm playing the game on easy mode. And by easy mode, I mean I'm playing it with the Dolphin emulator, and I found a ROM hack that eliminates beam ammo because we all know that was a great idea. I really don't think it's actually going to be easier significantly, just because beam ammo was something that like you only ran out of if you ran around everywhere shooting nonstop, which is like, I mean, that's Metroid. Why would you not do that? So it really just meant you had to sit there with the fucking power beam and not get to look at any of the cool animations for like 80% of the game. And because like ammo drops were plentiful, it's not like it was some survival horror shit. But anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get this cracking. I am playing this with PS4 controller, and it did take me a while to get the control setup going, because it turns out Nintendo in-house first party doesn't seem to be very good at first-person controls. And so the first-person controls in this game are, I don't want to say archaic because that implies that they existed sometime way back when. They're just designed by somebody that's never played an FPS or an FPA or whatever you would call it. Um, they're not awful. It's just you don't have full control. Really, is probably the best way to put it. But yeah. Yeah, originally I wanted to do some kind of challenge run with this, but I decided against that because, I don't know, this has always been the one game in the Prime series that I've never really given a fair shake. Apologies, by the way, if there's any kind of like bugginess. Um, with the emulation or anything like that. Um, I am gonna tweak the settings as I go if I encounter any like truly awful issues. But so far it's been shockingly smooth. I'm actually pretty impressed with this emulator. I've heard about it. I know it's not new, but at the same time, it's impressive. I can't lie. Okay, now I think I need to go in here and shit. This is one of the few games where I'll do this because um, Yeah, the way the controls are designed in this game, you can't. This joystick, it's not for. It's not for. Doing this. To do this, you use the same joystick you use to move, except you hold the trigger. And you might say, well, shit, you can't move while aiming. No, but you can lock on, and while you're locked on, you can move. So it's like this mishmash of mechanics that tries to emulate first-person controls. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, no, I definitely wanted to do. Oh, God damn it! What button did I assign for this? Oh, dude, don't tell me. I just gotten this working. For some reason, the scan button, or whatever button I had assigned for scan, did not want to fucking work. Um, well, it worked once I got into the next area, so maybe, hopefully I'll be able to come back and scan all this shit. Still getting used to the controls that I myself set. um, why is that not working? What the fuck? Okay. If I have to recalibrate this shit, like, all over again, I'll fucking do it. I just really don't want to. There we go. Okay. Now this. Okay, the scan part's still not working, but at least we've got lock on. God damn it. Yes, yes. Did I not turn the hint system off? God, I gotta do that. It's driving me fucking crazy. Display, maybe? Yeah, yeah, it's a menu. I don't know, the graphics aren't that bad. They're not that bad for the time. Like, for the GameCube, this is pretty fucking good. I mean, considering, you know, everything else on the GameCube is like fucking, Mario or whatever. Uh, I guess turning off the hint system is in the trilogy version. Whatever. You'd remember playing 2, because 2 is widely considered to be the hardest one, and it was kind of the most controversial. Well, of the Prime series, I should say. Alright, game. There we go. Alright. Now I've unlocked the ability to scan shit. Thanks, game. Uh, I love the log entries when you scan shit. It's so like I don't know, it feels very authentic compared to a lot of Nintendo stuff. Ooh, spooky. Well, I'm glad to hear that's alright, because I was worried that I was gonna disappoint you by not doing the Final Fantasy VIII thing that I talked about. I fired up that game and I was just like, oh my god, I forgot how fucking slow the beginning of this game is. It's so bad. It's so bad. God damn it. Do I have the most potent explosives? I suppose we'll find out. Why can I not scan these? Whatever. Yeah, more than likely. I'm trying to decide if I should turn this fog off. It's kind of bad, but I don't know if. Well, I guess it's coming from here, so it's not like a graphical issue, I suppose. Yeah, Metroid Prime 2 had uh, beams with ammo, and that was very controversial for a lot of people. Yeah, I don't know what it is about Final Fantasy VIII, but like, I don't know, like after playing 7, I was just like, wow, I so don't give a shit about any of these characters. Like, even by the end of the game, like, nobody gives a shit about Zell. Irving is like, there's that one moment of depth where he's like, reveals he has a soft spot for not wanting to actually shoot people. And, you know, Quistis is. And Selfie is, oh, her garden gets blown up, and other than that, she's just kind of Selfie. And then, like, all the rest of the depth in the game is spent on Squall and Renoa, and even that doesn't really go that far. And I was just like, I don't feel like spending 20 to 30 to 40 hours with these people, even if I am doing a fun challenge run. And just as Final Fantasy VII was the first Let's Play I ever did, Metroid Prime was the second. Actually, I did them kind of concurrently. Um, but at the end of that playthrough, I also promised that I would come back and play the rest of the Prime series, and I just had not been motivated to do that until now. So, converted cargo pod gate. Oh, there's more. This gate was once a part of a starship cargo bay. It has been modified for security purposes. It will move when a nearby panel is scanned. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Thanks for that. Communication system offline. Unable to repair system. Ventilation system conversion complete. Dispensing of pesticide. Well, then how effective? It's like pesticide is effective, but hostile still at critical levels. Well, then how fucking effective was it? Sounds like somebody was like sucking up to their boss on a report, trying to make it sound better. All right. Let's see here. I also have, it's a big question mark how this emulator is gonna put up with being with having OBS up at the same time as it, because as it turns out, emulating, you know, PS2 and GameCube generation graphics on a PC, GPUs are like, well, all right, I'm gonna do it, but I'm not gonna be happy about it, and so I don't know how well it's gonna put up with OBS, but so far it seems to be doing okay. I mean, the CPU's doing okay. The GPU, it's another story, but all in all, I'm still seriously pretty impressed with how this looks. I gotta stop doing that. I have to stop doing that. I tried to basically map the controls as accurately as possible to how they are in a GameCube controller, but it's just not possible to do that because the GameCube controllers are fucked. I mean, they work. Like, they're fine when you're playing them, but the moment you try and, like, convert that to another, like, it just doesn't... It's awful. The fuck? A new creatures entry has been added to my logbook, guys! Worker Splinter, drone of the Splinter Hive? Are they ninja rats? Jebber webbing for its... Okay. I don't care if they're low threat, they're all dying. Because I am Samus the Exterminator. What killed this poor bastard? Standard human. Just like, meh. Standard flesh bag. Scans indicate this trooper died of cardiac arrest. Chemical levels in the body suggest a state of extreme fear at the time of death. Terminated bioform scan complete. Source of fatal wounds, Galactic Federation assault weapon trooper was. Oh, well, that's a shitty way to die. Whether or not this is an accident or not. I love how they swing that door open. Let's see. Extremely high levels of unknown toxin in the target's body, numerous micropunctures and armor. Mm-hmm. Got bit by the nasty bugs. Got it. Excessive blunt trauma to numerous critical points. The crotch and the face. What I'm guessing. 30 individual death. Jesus fucking Christ. Do you think they got him? Digestive fluid present. Oof. That's no good. Why can I not scan the trooper? He's red. That means he's critical to my logbook. I must scan him. Not take no for an answer here. God, whatever. If I get 100%, I get it. I highly doubt I'm going to get it. I don't think I've ever even gotten close to 100% in this game. Mostly because of logbook entries. I mean, definitely because of book entries, but still. Alright, morph ball time. Yeah, the emulator seems to not like it when I morph. Oof, that was bad. But still, dated as these graphics look, they look actually way better on my PC than they do on the fucking Wii. Way better. Better even than, and that's the trilogy version, which is for the Wii, and I think had like, you know, ever so slightly updated polish on the graphics or whatever. But yeah, this looks like light speed better. As Metroid games go, this one starts out kind of slow too, but when it gets good, it gets pretty good. Oof. I don't like this plan. This hive is a small portion of a larger network. There may be dozens of hive systems like this across the planet, and they may all be linked. Destroying this one may buy us time, but it may also provoke the other hives into attacking. What are you, a fucking soldier, or are you, that just doesn't, just characterization-wise, does not sound like something a soldier would say. Okay, are you gonna let me, like, why can I not scan this motherfucker right here? It's literally letting me scan, like, every single fucking thing around him, but not him. Whatever. It might be like an emulation buggy thing, who knows. Alright, is there anything else in here? That is another thing that looks like it would be really nice to scan that I can't for some reason. Specifically because that looks like some sort of monster that I would really love to read about. Because I am Samus the zoologist. Goodness. Installed one of the ship's emergency power reserves here. Yeah, so Samus is basically getting, you know, seeing what's left of the colonial marines, basically. That's what this is. Oh my god, why is the game being so, like, ornery with what it's gonna let me scan and what it's not gonna let me scan? See, I could only find the trilogy version of Metroid Prime 2, like, as a hard copy. I know I had the GameCube original, you know, at some point. But, what am I trying to say? But, I couldn't find it. So, it was either this, or play with a fucking Wiimote, and this environment, this space here does not lend itself to playing with a fucking Wiimote. I tried. No. Not happening. God damn it. Oh boy, here we go. Dark Trooper. Yeah. Shit gets zombified in this game. Basically, this is like the Legend of Metroid Link to the Past, pretty much. There's a light and dark world, and yeah, I mean, it's whatever. It's Nintendo. Trooper's armor has been compromised. The bulk of it remains intact. Can I still not scan these? That doesn't make any sense. It's no big deal, dude. You can chat when you can. Why can I not scan? Oh god, it's gonna bug the shit out of me. I gotta let it go though. Once I get through this prologue sequence, I'm gonna go into the... Ah. Yeah, once we get out of this prologue sequence, I'm gonna go into the menu and see if there's anything I can find that... in the graphics settings that'll cut down on some of those little glitches. I do want to get through this first, though, just because this is, like I said, the sort of prologue sequence. Still don't understand why it won't let me scan certain things, but whatever. It's not like I had super high hopes for getting 100%, but I thought maybe I could give it a try. Still won't let me scan that asshole. Yeah, but that's Squall and Renoa, and they're kind of like the focal point. Whereas, like, I don't know, for me, every other character in that game, other than the two of them, was, as far as playable characters in your party. I know that there were some other characters like, um, Idia and Sid and Laguna. I actually like Laguna, Kyros, and Ward way better. Okay, here's the funny thing. So you get guest characters in your party in that game. I mean, you know this, but I'm just laying it out, thinking out loud. Um, like Cypher, Idia, uh, Laguna, Kyros, Ward. You play as all of them or have them in your party, all of them at some point in the game, and I found all of those characters way more interesting, and yet they fleshed them out the least. Both, like, they were just made like zero attempt to differentiate them combat wise, other than like their limit breaks and God, I don't know. I would have just much rather played as Laguna, Kyros, and Ward the entire game, and not bothered with the others. I actually did most of my grinding in the flashback sequences. Why Laguna Kyros? Was there something going on there? I didn't really pick up on that. But I mean, saying it's not saying much. I don't pick up on a lot of things. Why? Why can I not scan you? Oh my god. Whatever. If that's how you see it, then I think that they did that much more effectively in 12. Um, but, you know, I still feel like 8 was mostly about Squall and Renoa. I mean, it was sort of a deuteragonist thing. I think that's what you call it, rather than a protagonist. Dark Samus. The Edge. Oh, the Edge. Unknown dimensional anomaly. Destination unknown. Let's hop in. Why not? What's the worst that could happen after all? I love that Dark Samus literally has like claws. Gear stolen by unknown creatures. Space jump thrusters offline. Grapple beam launcher offline. I don't think I had that to begin with. Power bomb generator offline. Didn't have those. Missile launcher offline, so I'm kind of boned. Not even the morph ball, really? All remaining systems, so like the two, like my clothes and my beam, pretty much. Is what that is. It's really drove me crazy that I can't fucking scan those things. See if I try it now. Nope. I had some success earlier with changing which button it was mapped to. And so I was trying that again, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. Shit. Yeah. Alright. Giving up the ghost there. Gotta stop doing that. Can I not scan these egg things? That's ridiculous. Morph ball's not completely offline. Whoa. Tossed his salad. Oh, this thing. I see this, it will let me scan, so it's not just blue things. Whatever. God, this beats the shit out of using, like, I know the game is stuttering, like, at random points, but in my opinion, it's pretty sporadic, and it beats the shit out of fucking dealing with the Elgato and the Wii. Because the Elgato behaves when I'm streaming, when I'm using it to capture PS3, PS4, or like a really old console like the SNES, and that's it. Anything that's like mid-tier, uh, specifically anything that uses an RCA connection, or what do they call it? Composite is the lingo. I don't know why they can't just call it RCA. Like, people aren't tech literate enough to know what that means. But like, yeah. Um, Anything that uses those is just boned. I'm paranoid that I'm missing stuff because even though I shouldn't really care, but I'm still paranoid. We got here. Yeah, a lot of things that are scannable don't actually. Things that are highlighted in red, they count towards your percent completion. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, like this. This counts. And I can't scan it. What the fuck, game? What do you have against me? Why do you hate me? Whatever. It's probably something I can tweak in the settings. This is a brand new emulator for me. Never played with this emulator before, so I have no idea about any of its configuration or anything. I mean, I know a little bit that I've dicked around with so far just from getting this to work, but that was really only what was necessary to get the job done. Alright, here we are, out in the open world. I think my main beef with this game was this area, the temple grounds. Yeah, this is a ROM of the original Metroid Prime 2 and not the trilogy version, so there's no option to turn those hints off, which, you know, is a bummer, but not really much I can do about it. Heavy transport crate. If I remember correctly, there's some pretty gnarly puzzles kind of right off the bat in this game. Like, this game was much more puzzle oriented than Prime 1 was. There's a lot more interesting mechanics. That's why I'm actually kind of excited to play this game on quote-unquote easy mode without the beam ammo, because I want to see how much more that enhances my enjoyment of it. Because honestly, the beams in this game are pretty fucking cool, and it sucked to have to, like, to have that artificial limit on things. Because it didn't actually make anything harder. It just made it so that you couldn't run around and just blow shit up at random with it. You couldn't just sit there and have fun with your new beams. You had to conserve for the bosses. And then during the boss fights, you couldn't really, you know, it was a boss, so you had to pay attention. You couldn't be like dicking around being like, oh, look at my shiny new beams. You know? You could never, the other thing really was you could never really grow to appreciate the difference in their rates of fire. I mean, you could, but like, it was harder to be cognizant of it in a memorable way, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I definitely, the beams in this game I really enjoyed because they were different from the usual ones, completely. And I thought that was really fucking cool. And they were, you know, interesting. They even, like, I remember in Prime 3, the beams were also different in a sense. But they're, like, the animations and spread patterns and behavior of the beams, like, were basically like reskins of the originals. Whereas in this game, like the light beam and the other beam that we get later on that I won't spoil for you, have some very interesting sort of, I guess it's not accurate to say like ballistics, but like they just, they have interesting firing patterns and behaviors to them. And the beam combos in this game, oof, so good. I think that's probably why they implemented the ammo system, is because the beam combos in this game are just fucking, just blow everything else out of the water pretty much. Certainly everything from Prime 1. And Prime 3 obviously was a whole different animal, but you know. Yes, game, I got it. I really wish I could turn those off. Still can't scan this. Don't know why. Maybe the game's trying to tell me I don't need to focus on that right now. I want to see... I was worried about doing this game because I didn't want to do another super long playthrough of anything after the 7 remake and The Last of Us 2. But then when I looked at like Final Fantasy VIII and like all of my other ideas for a next playthrough of something, I was like, all those are going to take even longer. I don't actually think this will take that long, because I mean, I looked at my playthrough of the first Prime game, and I got through that in like 25 episodes, but those episodes were like 20 to 30 minutes long. You know, back when I did Let's Plays or whatever. Oh, what is this? We've got a severe edge forecast happening. Oh, and it just disappeared, okay. Alright, what am I missing? Can't dick around with that yet, so it's just big and red and distracting. This. Bridge is durable, but often locks in place, leading the Marines to call for a new design. That's cute. Alright. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, now that I'm in the game and I'm playing it, I'm actually kind of excited. Because this is by far the newest game that I've ever played a ROM hack of. And even though it's a very minor ROM hack, it's basically the equivalent of an action replay code, really. I'm actually quite interested to see how it affects the whole experience. The only thing that was noted in the patch notes was that enemies that normally drop, that would normally drop beam ammo, now, I mean, nothing just drops beam ammo if you've ever played this game before. Everything drops, things would have standard drops, like missiles, power bombs, health, what have you. But then if you killed them with a particular beam, they would drop ammo for one of the other beams. And now, in those scenarios, they won't drop anything. So I don't know how prominent of an issue that's going to be, or if it's... Because I can see how that might actually make the game harder, like if I'm hard up for missiles or health. But, we'll see. Well, let me read that. I think Haley's losing it. He talks to himself all the time, and he won't sleep. He almost shot me on watch the other night. I think he thought I was one of those things. Talked to the doc about taking him off the line, and he told me we need all the help we can get. That's true, but if he goes berserk and kills a bunch of us, that won't be very helpful. These Marines are way too laid back. Like, these logbook entries sound like they're made by, like, assertive, like, early 20-somethings barely out of basic training that would lack the degree of assertiveness that you would expect. I'd be fucking... Yeah. If I was in a situation like that, nobody would be like, we need all the help we can get. Like, least of all the fucking doctor. Statue's motivator unit is functional. Requires power to operate. Just requires the right motivation. Seek an alternate energy source from your shitty power beam. Thanks for that. Yeah, this opening area is kind of annoying just because it's not very Metroid. It's very bright, broad daylight and shit, and the music is kind of loud. But every area after this one is considerably darker or more bleak. Even though this, I mean, it's kind of a wasteland. It's just broad daylight, never has been befitting of a Metroid game, I'm sorry. It should at least be fucking cloudy. I mean, because this shit looks like the sun is out. I mean, I don't know, I guess... What was the name of the place in Prime 1? It was like... There's a Talon overworld. And then, God, I can't... Vendrana Drifts, I remember that. Chozo Ruins? Was it called the Chozo Ruins? It had broad daylight going on, but most of that area was... There was only like a couple of like wide open areas like this. I think literally only 2. And the rest of it was like really dark, cramped, sort of like what I imagine the inside of a pyramid is like. So it maintained the dark factor. I keep wanting to press triangle for jumping because triangle is jump in Final Fantasy XIV. Can I scan these fucking things yet? I did not. Oh goodness, I better do that. New creatures entry has been downloaded to your logbook. But this is a fully grown Splinter. Aggressive and dangerous in numbers. Their light armor is no match for your weapons, however. I love how my logbook addresses me personally in the second person. You and your, that's second person, I think, right? Industrial winch engaged. Yeah, I just don't think I was ready to go back to like a grindy RPG just yet. Or, you know, top-down retro. I needed more action and movement and jumping around and running and shooting things, but nothing so dark as fucking The Last of Us 2. Which I still thought, I've had some time to reflect on that game, and I really don't think the criticism's warranted. I thought it was very effective at delivering the message that it did, which was, you know, basically learn to see yourself, learn to empathize with people you hate. And that's, God, do we ever need that right now? Emphasis on empathize and not sympathize, not the same. Empathizing is what a writer does when they're writing a book about them, you know, that's told from the point of view of them, I don't know, serial killer or something. Sympathy is where you, like, I mean, I've heard some people say that it's more just like, sympathy is like synonymous with pity, but I think sympathy is more like, it's like empathy, but you agree with them. You're just kind of powerless to do anything about it, so you have, I guess it's a crossover of the two. I could fucking look it up, but that's how I currently understand the two terms. But yeah. Heavy transport rate. Oh, right, this thing. I do really like... Even though I think the music in the Prime series could do with being a lot more minimal, and they actually fixed that considerably in Prime 3. Prime 3 had some really fucking good, like, dark ambient shit going on. I actually really hope I can find a ROM for that game. And play it on this, because that would be fucking sweet. That game had, I think, probably the best music out of the Prime series. I think it had a lot of throwaway... I don't want to say the best. I think Prime 1 was probably the best. But, like, overall, like, Prime 1 just had a strong soundtrack overall. There was, like, no weak tracks. In particular, a lot of the boss music was really good. Because it broke the ambiance in much the same way as, like, the boss music from the from, like, Super Metroid. And Prime 2, or not Prime 2, Prime 3 had some, it was good in the opposite way. It actually had a decent handful of kind of throwaway tracks, but the ones that were good were fucking really good. In this game's soundtrack, I actually don't remember that well, except for the, there's one area that has a remix of the Super Metroid theme from a part of Meridia, which was not in Prime 1. So there were like two, in Meridia and Super Metroid, there were two areas that had different music. And one of those area's music was, you know, remixed and you know, reframed, I suppose, for Prime 1. But the second one, the other one, and in my opinion, the better one, was used in this game for an area that we'll get to later, and it's also really good. Like, why can I scan this, but not the dead dinosaurs hanging out of the holes in the wall back in the previous area? Denzium. Oh, I remember Denzium. Denzium is code for needs a power bomb. Gates will remain locked down to prevent future incursions by hostile forces. Oh, well, okay, whatever. Yeah, I know, like, PlayStation 1 games and SNES games and fucking Game Boy Advance games that are not playing, that that play more poorly than this game is right now. Like, say what you want about some of the skips and stutters that we've seen so far, but like, this is playing. I'm very impressed with how well this is playing. I've actually never, I've never emulated anything more graphically intense than like Final Fantasy IX. So this is pretty. Granted, my standards are probably lower than a lot of people's, but to me, this is pretty impressive. Like I said, I know Dolphin's been around for a while. Dolphin's the name of the emulator, but this is my first time using it, and I'm impressed. Hats off to the chef. That's right, I have a map up there. Wait a second. Oh, the sound does not like being in this screen. Jesus, do you guys hear that? Oh my god. Hang on a second. Oh my god. Alright, I'm actually gonna... Sorry. Gonna break everybody's immersion for a second. Pause the emulator. Because I need to go into the config and, like, look at some of this shit. Audio stretching settings? That sounded like what it was already doing. I'm gonna try that. And, even in like the configuration, this emulator is super nice. Like, it's got like a built-in option to not pause on loss of focus, which so many emulators do not have. I can see why I've heard so much about this emulator. I mean, it's probably one of the only ones for, because it emulates both GameCube and Wii, so it's essentially a Wii emulator, which is even more impressive. But still, like, it's even got like really nice tooltips for like every single setting, so I actually know what the fuck I'm doing if it's something I haven't seen before. Here. try that. Most of what I've seen so far has been kind of like a frame rate thing, it seems like. So I'm specifically looking for stuff that addresses that, so tweaked a few things. See how it plays from here. So it's literally just gonna like DJ the music and time stretch the shit out of it whenever I'm in the map. Whatever. There's worse things. Okay. Doesn't seem to mind this menu so much. I'm gonna adjust the sound a little bit too. I think. Oops. Nudge that down just a teensy bit. There we go. Oh yeah, can't I do... I can turn the hidden system off. Oh, thank Christ. Let's see. I'm just checking here to see if there's anything that I have that I haven't used yet because I don't know that I have it. Like it's I lost the grapple beam. I swear to God I didn't have that. And I'd pushed every single fucking button. Alright. Oh, it's not skipping a beat at all. at all there now. I think now I want to know what I try and remember what I changed. I turned there's a I made the shaders asynchronous. I'm not a video guy, so I know what I need to know. Oh shit. Now it's upset. Okay. Just took it a second. Are these guys different? No. I might need to... Maybe, yeah. Maybe I won't dick around with audio stretching. Just turn things on and off one at a time until I find settings that are good. It's not... It doesn't care about going to morph ball now, though, so that's nice. If it cuts up when there's like an event like that, then, you know, whatever. But it cuts up every time I go into a fucking morph ball, that's gonna get old quickly. It's the greenery, you know, for ambiance. Oh, shit. Oh, damn it. I wish I'd scanned that. I'm sure there'll be more. That was a turret. Oh, it still let me scan it. Okay. Growler class turret. Why is that a creature's entry? Highly armored gun used for point defense. Fast targets can evade its tracking system. Turret is a dated design, though still quite efficient as a point defense system. Lightly armored and fast moving. Looks like a Gatling gun. I mean, it's vaguely reminiscent of one, I should say. Several copies of the system exist, including the Space Pirate Humility. Why would the Space Pirates name anything Humility? Least of all a weapon. That makes zero sense to me. Yeah, alright, whatever. This is ridiculous. I can outshoot half the men here, and I'm stuck on monitor duty. Shouldn't have. This wouldn't happen to. Oh, the hero worship. God damn. She'd be out here taking care of business, not pushing buttons and sending reports. Well, I mean, he is right there. The other cool thing about this ROM hack, for people that know how to do this and take the time to do this, I personally am not usually one of those people, but the saves are actually cross-compatible with the unpatched version. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, the controls take some getting used to, but I'm definitely getting back into the swing of it. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to that it just wasn't going to translate to a PS4 controller, but I'm doing alright now. Oh god, that's morbid. These black boxes on the top and bottom are a cutscene thing. I haven't been paying attention, but I'm pretty sure they're not there all the time. Otherwise, I wouldn't have just now noticed. Data cycle 07, something. While patrolling the dash system, we engaged an unknown space pirate frigate. Enemy frigate was crippled and it crashed on the planet Ether. Well, maybe if your ship didn't look like a dick, it would be less sensitive. I'm sorry, is Freud, spinning in his urn, or is that ship not like a picture of a fucking cock? I've never noticed that before. I'm blown away. Must be getting more perverted in my 30s. Thank you, Zorai. Thank you. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't, just seeing what I wanted to see. The graphics seem worse in the cutscene. I'm not sure why. I think maybe it's because of these black bars on top squishing everything. Overrun by bugs. Some soldiers you guys are. They're not even fucking, like... I mean... I don't know, the Galactic Federation is a fucking joke. That's the other thing about Prime 3 is that, like, there's this whole dynamic of, like, you actually interacting with other humans. And I'll take what limited interaction there is in Prime 3 over Other M any fucking day of the week. Just all the time. And what interaction there is annoying and shoehorned, but it's a small, tiny part of the game, and every moment when you're not doing that is awesome. I thought Prime 3 was really good. And like I said, I really hope I can find an not an emulator, a ROM of that as well. Missiles, yay! The only thing that annoyed... Yeah, that's a fucking... Oh, whoa. Shit. A new creature's entry has been done... Why am I reading that part? Dark Splinter. Darkling-possessed insectoid predator. Okay. What were you guys shooting these things with? BB guns? Like, Jesus. New lore entry. Logbooks, right. Man, I hope that this is the only breeding ground for these things. If there's more, we're in big trouble. We had a hard enough time taking that one out of commission. I almost ran out of ammo. I never run out of ammo. That doesn't happen to me. That's supposed to happen to me. I am a ammo conservative. Wait, what was this scumbag's name? Hold on. Captain A. Exeter. What a... I don't even know. It's Force 2? No. Force 1. Captain A. Exeter. I am beginning to think it was a real bad idea going down here if Reeves is right. That hive is just one of many. It's stupid to stir the hornet's nest, especially if you plan on sleeping under it. But why everybody was against this? Why did they do it? You know? I mean, it begs the question. Memory core damaged. Needs more RAM. Don't tell me I can't scan the giant penis ship. Are you serious? I can't scan the penis ship? Probably because the log entry says, you know, would confirm that it's a penis ship, and this game is only rated teen, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I hear them everywhere. They're coming, can't sleep ever. They'll eat me. Eat. Oh god. Well, steep drop off for that poor bastard. Bruto lost the bet, so he switched watch duty with me. I figured this section is nice and safe and boring, which suits me just fine. I hear this. Let those other pugs guard the hot ton. Hold on. Hey, no. Oh my god. I said they're actually speaking these words out loud, and it's the transcription of them. These are like the speaking as someone who has no military experience, these seem to my untrained eyes like the just the wussiest fucking Marines ever. And the dumbest, because I mean, if they thought that there was this big a chance of catastrophic failure, they ought to just they should have just been like, yeah, like called for backup maybe. I don't know. Killer bug, the Sarge says those splinters remind him of some killer bug he saw on another planet once. All I know is these things are fast and take a lot to drop. They do not take a lot to drop. My god. What? I have to go with bayonets? Well, maybe you should use fucking energy beams and not... What are you guys using? A fucking... like, AR-15s? It's AR-15, right? That's the one you can get at Walmart that it is like a BB gun that like everyone's so scared of. That's the only gun I've ever shot, is an AR-15. And AR-15s, it is... You do really start to see why a lot of people don't take some of the more moderate lefties seriously that like argue about gun control, because they're like, ban assault weapons, by which they mean ban anything that looks like this, and they point to an AR-15. It's like, have you ever shot one of those things? It is... Having never shot a gun before, I was nervous, and when I shot it, I was like, this feels like a toy. Are you sure this is like something I could kill somebody with? Because there's like no... First of all, there's no recoil. It's significantly quieter than most handguns, from what I remember anyway. And the hole it makes is like, you know, like hole puncher size. Like the kind of thing that you stick the rings in your binder through. Like... And I can see why it's popular, because it lacks that scary factor. I mean, you know, you could kill somebody with it, but you'd have to hit them like... I would imagine you would have to hit them like square in the heart or square in the face. uh, with like no margin for error. I saw the holes that that thing made in the paper, and it was like, you know, if you hit somebody with one of those rounds anywhere that isn't the heart or the brain, or I don't know, maybe the eyes. I guess that counts as a brain. But you know, anywhere that isn't like in their mouth, eyes, ears, general head, or their heart, uh, they would have been better off like stabbing them with, you know, the nearest, uh, you know, object that you could pull out of a drawer in your kitchen. Like you, I literally think that stabbing somebody with like a kitchen fork would have more stopping power. Yeah, that must be what these guys are using because God, I'm really wishing I'd shot that Glock. But yeah, I'm not afraid to admit it. I was nervous. I don't know why the map gives this thing such a heart attack, but I mean, if there's got to be one part of the game that gives things a heart attack, I'd rather it be the map than anything else. You know, push came to shove, I could theoretically not even fucking use the map. Just pull up some shit on Google. Alright. Oops. Still can't jump up there yet. I don't think there's any major sequence breaking you can do in this game. I don't think there was in Prime 3 either, but that game was very non-linear in its linearity. Like, I'm pretty sure there was only one main path you could take through that game, but that one main path is very, like, twisty. Because there's a bunch of different planets, and you go back and forth between them, you know, as you unlock things. So it's like, imagine playing, like, I don't know, Zelda Link to the Past, but, like, it was set up as such to where you couldn't do any sequence breaking, but instead of sequence breaking, you would be like halfway through the game before you finished a single dungeon, because you would have to leave pretty much, you know, all the dungeons up to that point after getting a certain ways into them, and have to leave and be like, okay, well, I can't get any farther in this dungeon, so I gotta go to, you know, whatever, the Dark Palace, Tower of Hera, the Isri Turtle Rock, whatever. Uh, like you would basically just have to have your a certain amount of progress in every dungeon, working up to actually completing any one of them 100%. Um, zoom. Again, sorry for the buggy audio. It probably wouldn't be so noticeable without the audio. So I got missiles there, which means... Wait a minute, can I get... Hold on. Okay, no, I cannot get up there. Or wait, can I? Hold on. No, I can't. I thought maybe there was a ledge or something that I could jump from, like, on the ship. Oh, wait, hold on. Completely missed that. Or no, wait, no, I didn't. Did I miss this? I think I came up here. They're doing it. They announced Prime 4 at the last E3. Everybody fucking just collectively shit their pants in apoplectic ecstasy when the fucking all they did was show a logo. Like they didn't show gameplay footage, no trailer or anything. They just put the Metroid Prime logo faded into the screen and then the number 4 after it. That was it. I try. I'm not very charming otherwise. So I try and come up with memorable little fucking, you know, Connorisms. Oh yeah, yeah. I've I've gotten a lot of those from. There's a couple of those I can't take credit for, but uh, there's the thing about them is that there's infinitely many variations, and it's actually the original variation of that is actually from some really bad early aughts. Oh, it was uh, uh, it had Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson in it, so you know it hasn't aged well. Uh, Wedding Crashers. Um, One of them says something, and then the other one says, I don't give a baker's fuck." You know, like a baker's half dozen. You know. Um, and I always thought that was delightful. So, um, and then my buddy Ginsu, his is like, tell it to somebody who gives 3/8 of a dusty fuck. I am not among them. Uh, Sleep is for the weak. I'm just kidding. Sleep is. Oh man. I can never get it when I want it. That's not true. It's getting easier and easier for that not to be the case as I get older, but yeah. During my work week, it's particularly bad. There's been work weeks where I've actually done 2 12-hour shifts back to back with 12 hours in between where I did not sleep. Tried, didn't. I remember when I first got this job, Amanda was in school, and so she would rarely, like 70-80% of the time, she wouldn't be home to help me get up. You know, should my alarms fail me. So back then, my bedtime was like 10, 11 a.m., and I would get up at 6 p.m. Now, that almost never happens. And if it does happen, it's because I went to bed like at 8 a.m., you know, 30 minutes after getting home. I mean, you say that, but like, I don't know. It's kind of this weird thing where it doesn't work like you would think it, like you'd think it would, because oh god, these giant ones. Uh, Shit, what are the controls? Fucking... Let me scan you. Hold still. Oh. Oh god, just kill one of you and... Alright. Please let me fucking scan you. There we go. Or wasp. Shearing steel. Are you sure? I don't know if I'll buy that. Show me the science. Show me the science, Nintendo. Yeah, you say that, but like, I feel like with everybody in the age of Corona, as you put it, people are at home, but like they're getting more and more personal projects like this done. So it's like in the market, much as it makes me want to vomit to use those words, in the market of things like Twitch streaming, it actually seems like there's part of me that imagines that it must be more competitive right now. I know I certainly am done no favors by the fact that I can't stream, you know, 5 days a week. Certainly not for any appreciable amount of time. And it's like, if you're not gonna stream for like at least 3 hours, you may as well just not stream at all. Or so I'm told by many, many people. Yeah. Well, I would absolutely love to see you react to Nier Automata, and I'm actually disappointed that you're already so far into the game. I mean, not that far, but like you're far enough to where you know who Adam is, and how the fuck do I get out of here? I would have loved to have seen your reactions to things from like first second firing up the game. Oh, I just scanned the fucking thing, right? Yeah, I thought it was something to do with that, but yeah. Yeah. God. Yeah, if you need any, I'm not an expert, but I know enough. If you need any help getting things set up, I can give you a hand and point you towards some helpful stuff. That is if you're just starting. I don't know if you've streamed like a lot in the past and you've just been on a break from it or whatever. It's very easy to remember. It's Sunday through Tuesday, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. the following day. And then every other Wednesday as well, same hours. So it's 3 on, 4 off, 4 on, 3 off. So I actually work, this is my short week, so I work 36 hours this week, but next week I work 48 hours. They say that I work 40 and a half because of lunch breaks that I don't actually take. I say that I take them, but actually I'm salaried now, so I don't even think I still even get, I don't even think it matters. These require, oh, that's right, I have a button for missiles. There we go. Yep, and then, yeah, and then same time every other Wednesday. Last Wednesday, I actually called out for the first time since 2017, and I was like, yeah, I don't know how, I might have already told you this. I'm getting, yeah, okay. Right. That's part of ADD. Sometimes I, like, rehash things to people that have already heard them. It's actually, like, probably one of the most embarrassing things about it. But I've done it so much at this point. It's kind of one of the earliest symptoms of having it, and the one I'm most familiar with, that it's not quite as embarrassing anymore, but I'm kind of used to it. But yeah, no problem. Yeah, man, sleep well, and yeah, Yeah, let me know when you're streaming. I can throw you on at work, no problem. Nobody's gonna say anything to me. I just might not be able to pay 100% attention, but I'm gonna want to because I want to see you play this shit. I actually work. I'm gonna be working from this chair tomorrow night. Sunday's my working remotely night that they were so kind as to give me. So tomorrow night I'll definitely be able to watch you a good bit if you're able to do it. Oh, the trick is I can give you a quick tip on that real quick before you go. The trick is to have multiple copies of it. I actually have a chat here and a chat here, and they're both blown up in like 48-point font, so I never miss it, or usually. Where is that other hive? Oh, it's up there. First blind play. Maybe that's what I should do. I should probably go back and play some of the older Final Fantasies because I've never really. I think I played 4 and like half of 5, and that was it. Should really go back and give more of them a fair shake. Where is this other hive? It must be way up there. Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah, no problem, dude. I'll talk to you hopefully at some point tomorrow night. Oof, that hurt. I've got to find that other hive. Where the fuck is it? Shit's gonna drive me crazy. Oh, I remember this. I think I have to missile it? What's the deal here? Oh, is this one of those lovely things that I should be able to scan that I can't? God damn it, wrong button. There we go. There we go. Nice. There's that other fucking hive. Oh my god. Hopefully that's the last of that. That was getting really old. Like I can't fucking pause and relax. Constant fucking war wasps showing up. I hate bees, even in video games. They really are the fucking worst. It's one of those things that like every game designer gets right. Every game designer makes bees and wasps since fucking Donkey Kong Country as every bit as horrific, annoying, and just a blight on humanity as they are in real life. That's just an inborn talent that I think all game designers have. It's uncanny. Trace amounts of chemical present in the target. Well, maybe it dropped acid or something. Similar, an effect similar to the mummification on dead biomatter. Required to determine. Okay, well, we're not going to get that further analysis, are we? I mean, why tease me with plot points I'm never going to get to enjoy? I'm going to take a second here and look through the config again because I wanted to see. Actually, hold on. Make save states here too. That's really nice. That is really nice. I was impressed with how easily I started to say easily and then I switched to easy and it sounded weird. How easily, like, I didn't need to configure memory cards or anything like that. It just picked a folder. It had a default folder already configured for quote unquote memory card saves and it just fucking saved there. It is kind of the best. Let's see here. Get this one more time. I haven't even looked at the fucking stream stats. Although, yeah, 131 frames missed out of 447,000 is pretty fucking good. I'm gonna try this synchronous shaders thing. See if that makes things noticeably worse or better. Okay, yeah, worse. Jesus. Alright. Try that. What the fuck? Is that my TV or is that showing up like that on the stream? It is. Oh my god, that's awful. Whatever I turned off or turned on, I gotta go back and reverse it. Oh yeah, I can totally see that now. That's crazy. I'm just experimenting, learning what all this fucking shit does, so. Alright, so that's good. I want that. Scaled EFB copy. Greatly increases quality tech. Yeah. Yeah, greatly is right. I know this is kind of awful, but this doesn't bother me as much. Just because the sound is kind of muted for whenever you go into that menu. Gross. Oh, I forgot there's like totally different visors in this game too. And like some of them look really cool. Yeesh. 8.1. What are cycles? Cycles of what? The sun? The moon? Both? Target size and muscle mass suggests heavy combat training is likely that it was a warrior of some kind. Lack of gear, armor, or weapons is curious. Perhaps they were taken by others of its kind. Okay. Oh. Bummer I couldn't fucking scan those. Oh, look at that, a save point. Yeah, my ugly mug is blocking it properly. Partially. But you can actually see the text pop up right there. Actually, was I even pointing? No, I was pointing in the wrong direction. It would have been right there. I hear something that sounds like a item. Oh, it's back here. What's this? Telluric alloy. I think that's a... No. I think that might be regular bombs. Or if I'm lucky, it'll be missiles. Nope. That's regular. I know it's not power bombs, because we already established that that's densium. That I'll never forget, because that's been consistent, I think, throughout at least the first two Prime games. I don't remember what telluric alloy is, but I'm guessing it must be bombs. Oh shit, are you serious? Is it fucking boss time already? Holy shit. I'll tell you this. The PS4 joysticks are so much better designed than the GameCube ones, because strafing is way easier. Like, it's way easier to not easier, I should say it's more responsive. Like moving and holding in a direction on the joystick while you jump, which is how you strafe in this game, what I'm doing right now. Well, I was doing it. Ouch. Are there two of you still? Oh yeah, there is. Alright, now that all your friends are dead, I can scan you. Although I think... Yeah, I've already scanned you. This one I have not scanned. Okay. Alpha male of a warpack. Gigantic predator, very swift and strong. It uses ramming attacks to defeat its foes. Lovely. Ouch. Jesus. Ouch. Holy fuck. What the fuck? It's being predictive. It's like jumping. God damn it. Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna die. I think I've got it now. Alpha male of a darkling warpack. Lovely. Yeah, you have to wait until it rears back. If you just keep moving, then... Yeah, you have to time it. That's it. Oh, that was close. Oh, this thing has a life meter. Whoa. Got a little cocky with that one. Yeah, I was just constantly strafe jumping, and I wasn't really, like, doing the dance the game wanted me to do. What is this? Unknown item acquired? Alien technologies. Threats can complete negative impact on super... okay. When what did it do? Just a shit ton of stuff in here that I can't scan. I'm actually really... See, now I'm starting to get nervous because I'm wondering, like... Okay. Am I going to get to a point where my not being able to scan some of this shit is going to keep me from progressing? Oh shit, no, okay. The way forward is here. This is where I haven't been. Never mind, okay. Crisis averted. At some point pretty soon, it gotta let me scan some of that shit though. Because while that time didn't come just there, I'm pretty sure it's gonna come eventually. Do not be afraid. I am Umos, Sentinel of the Luminoth. Please listen and hear of our world's peril. Why don't aliens ever have more fingers than us? Seems like they always have less. Yeah, with like the exception of xenomorphs, which I think have 6. Like, every intelligent alien has less fingers than us. Like, is that... I would think that would actually be a hindrance to, you know, civilization or whatnot. That is, of course, if they have the innate... Unless, of course, they have the innate ability to generate holograms out of the palms of their hands. Long ago, a cosmic object fell to our planet Ether, and exploding with great force, a rift was torn in time and space, and a strange power flowed over the world. Exploding with great force, I mean, as opposed to what? Exploding with, you know... Never mind. So there's one ether, another 2, one of light, and one of shadow. The end of peace on ether, for a new race was born on that day, and that day on the dark world, one filled with hate and terrible power. They are the Ing. The Ing are creatures of shadow and darkness, knowing nothing and of peace or mercy. I mean, they seem like they're just beasts. Are they intelligent? Why you still got your fucking arm cannon on this guy, Samus? Give him a break. Thank you. Energy transfer module, that's what the unknown technology I got. Help me, Samus Aran. You're my only hope. I totally skipped past that, didn't mean to. Have taken our energy to 3 temples on Dark Ether. Find these temples, transfer the energy from them to our own. Update your map system with location of another temple. There is knowledge there that can help you on your way. Here's hoping I can just at least scan them. Thank you. I needed that part in particular. Jesus. Alright, well. Let's see here. Didn't replenish my ammo, though, I see. The missile ammo, that is. Missiles still matter. Not blowing away. Not hacking all the ammo out of the game, just the ammo that isn't traditionally there. Alright, here we go. Here's the test. Oh my god. Thank fuck. It is told that the Luminoth were not born of ether, but of the stars. In their early days, we roamed the greatness of the void, bathing in a glorious light without. Legends are so silly sounding when you read them aloud. It's like, what? That's literally what you people did with your days? Just bathing in the light of 1,000 stars? That was your. Sounds lazy. Enlightened. We met a vast number of enlightened minds, the Nekren, the Ela, and the Chozo among them. Each of them we found had claimed a homeworld and formed a deep bond with it, and this time we decided to do the same. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. Imagine starting out in space and wanting to travel planets instead of starting out on a planet and wanting to travel space. Interesting, I suppose. I keep checking OBS because I'm like really paranoid that there's some technical difficulty I've missed so far, even though I know Zerai would have told me about it. I always get like that whenever I'm streaming something I haven't streamed before. Streaming a particular, like... by thing, I don't mean game, I mean like a particular capture card set up with a particular video game system or an emulator, whatever. Anything that requires me to change any settings in OBS, which I changed many of in the past week. Because up until this past week, I had only been streaming stuff on PS4 and directly from my, or like Steam games, for like 6 months, I want to say. Alright, you gonna let me scan this? Oh, dude, please, please, please. That's not good. I'm supposed to be able to scan this, right? Why? Maybe not. Maybe I'm misinterpreting. I thought he said purple. Maybe that's not purple. Maybe that's a slightly different color. Who knows? Well, no. Huh. Oh, dude, am I stuck? I might be stuck because, yeah. Okay. Alright, hold on. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. The only way to get back out of here is... Alright. In the past, I had some luck with changing the key binding for it, or the controller button binding, whatever. So maybe, maybe if I try... Sorry, I'm gonna have to do some research here. Actually, wait a minute. There's one I hadn't. Hold on. Let me try this. Nope. Wait, what the fuck was that? It seemed like it was starting to... Oh, whoops. Why is that showing? Oh, man. Does that show up on the stream? No, okay, it doesn't. Never mind then. Disregard. Okay. Try that. God damn it. Oh my god. I was feeling good about this until now. I'm confident. Well, not confident, but I'm fairly confident I can find a way around this. I just don't know how long it's gonna take. Maybe if I use a keyboard key instead? No? Didn't even detect that. Okay. Damn it. I keep forgetting the configuration menus really don't like it when you click save on them. Come on, you're fine. Relax. Sorry about this. Now I'm wondering if it's maybe some issue with the patch. The guy who made the ROM hack did say that it was cross-compatible, so maybe what I can do is just load up the ROM that I patched the hack from, and hopefully it will take the same save and load up, and I can get around this issue and then just go back once I'm past it. Documents. There's nothing on like the README file or the page for this on romhacking.net that says anything about this. So that makes me worry that it's not an issue with the patch. Oh. Wait, is this a thing that... Okay, so it actually sounds like from some Google foo that I've done, it seems like this might actually be a graphics issue. So what I'm actually going to do is just disable all the fucking enhancements. Everything. And okay. Alright. Let's see if that works. There we go. Alright. Graphics are going to be shitty for a second, but let me see if this lets me scan things. Shit. It doesn't make sense to me that this would be a graphical thing, but I don't know much about emulation, so, you know, who knows. I'm gonna try resetting the emulator after I made all those configuration changes. Fuck. God damn it. Alright. Give me a minute. Alright guys, so I think I found the fix, but I'm not gonna like sit here and leave the stream running while I'm implementing it because I don't know how long it's gonna take. I'm gonna try and do it quickly and then cut back in. But until then, see you guys. Hopefully I'll be back in like 30 minutes, maybe, ballpark. But yeah, sorry about this. Basically, I need to update my OpenGL drivers, apparently. So yeah, I'm gonna go and try and work through all the Windows bullshit that I'm gonna have to deal with in order to accomplish that. And as soon as I get back and confirm everything to be working, yeah, I'll fire the stream back up.